beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Iman. On this channel I talk about cake business and I share tips and strategies on how you can grow your cake business. I teach about personal development and I do a lot of other things. I'm an international award-winning cake artist that is based in Manchester, the United Kingdom, and you are welcome to my channel. Just in case you're seeing my beautiful face for the first time, I am excited and delighted to have you here, and if you've always been here, thank you so very much for your support. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can stand out as a baker. Now, I know that currently we have a lot more bakers than we did at the beginning of the year. And we have a lot more bakers in the industry like never before. So how do you stand above the noise? How do you make an impact? How do you make a statement? How do you get people to notice you? How do you stand out in the midst of thousands and thousands of bakers? I'm sure that you go on social media and you see cakes, you see people, you see faces, you see brands, you hear names, you see content, and you're overwhelmed thinking, how can I stand out? How will people notice me? How can I even get people to buy from me? If this is you, then this video is for you. What you want to do is to get something to eat, drink, relax, and I'll be right back to tell you how you can stand out as a baker in your cake business. So welcome back. So you know how we do it, right down to business. Number one is this: through your products. I mean, this is a no-brainer. We all make cakes, but what is the thing that makes your cake distinct from the cakes of other people? What is the thing that makes your cake distinct from the cake of other bakers? Is it in the taste? Is it in the designs? If you're doing what every other person is doing and there's nothing to stand you out, there's nothing distinct about the taste of your cakes, there's nothing distinct or unique about the design of your cakes, then you are in for a long ride, because you just be among the crowd, you just be in the midst of everybody, and there's nothing that stands you out. I'm sure that there are people you see in the industry, in your country, online, globally, in your locality, and you can relate with, and you can easily see that there's something that stands them out. There's something distinct about them. There's something unique about their brand. You've tasted their cakes even, and you know. I put up a post the other day. I don't know what we were talking about. It was a reel I made, yes. And somebody that has tasted my cake before back in Nigeria wrote a very heartwarming and heart-touching comment for me on that post. And I was like, wow, she talked about the taste of my cakes. And that was years ago, but till date, that customer, that person can still remember the taste of my cakes. So that's one thing. If you're looking for how to stand out, then there must something definitely be different about the taste of your cakes. It's not about the sugar. It's not about the sweetness. You need to do something, or, create that impression when people taste your cakes for the first time. How nice is it? How sweet is it? Does it have a unique, distinct taste that even if they eat anywhere, maybe they're not the ones that ordered from you, and they ate maybe at a party or somewhere, they had the taste of the cake, they'll definitely know, oh, this is from my big cake signatures. I know it's from her. It's her signature. That's how her vanilla cake tastes. I can tell you anywhere. You should have that trademark. You should have that logo. And then when it comes to the texture, is it the kind of cakes that melts in the mouth? Do your cakes have an appeal when people eat it? Like they want more, they just want more. That is one way you can stand out. I've made a video and I shared beautiful classic cake flavor combinations that you can use for your cakes that would help you stand out. Okay, so do well to check that video. I'll definitely link it somewhere so you can watch. I'm not linking now. If I link it now, you'll run away. So I'll link it and you can watch and look for how to create these unique flavors for your cake. So the taste, the texture, the look is also important. What do people see? Does the design appeal to them, or you're still making cakes that like 1970s, 1980s? Yes, I know that there are cakes now that those traditional cakes that we used to make, it's back. It's back in season, it's back in vogue, and it's trending. The Lambeth cake designs that you can see on the screen, with credit to the respective owners of the pictures, they are trending. But are you doing it and doing it well? Are you doing it nicely? Are you doing it skillfully? Please stand up with the products that you put out. And then number two is your service. I've talked about customer service. I've talked about how you can make an impression, make a lasting impression. And this is one thing that you want to do. You want to be kind in your communication. You want to be professional in your communication. You want to be timely in your communication. You want to respond to people quickly. You want to bite your tongue when you are not happy. Maybe someone has questioned your prices, or someone has spoken rudely to you, or someone has just bumped into your DM or sent you an email without any greeting, without anything. How much is this cake? and you're just irritated, you're just pissed, you just want to give them a piece of your mind, but because of who you are, because of your brand, you have a name to protect, a brand to protect, and it's one of your personal values, if that is, then you bite your tongue. So how is the service you're given? After the service, do you still go back to the customer to find out if they were truly satisfied with the cake that you delivered, if they were satisfied with the delivery, with the timing, if they were satisfied with everything, with the overall service? Or do you just, it's their business, if they like, let them come to me, if they like, let them not come to me? Are you very particular about how you treat your customers, how you respond to them, even if they're getting you riled up, they're getting you, they're touching those soft points, and you're like, I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Like you're just trying to calm down. You know that real. So you're just trying to calm down. How do you treat them? How do you speak to them? How do you speak with them? How do you acknowledge payments? How do you respond to their questions, their confusions, their frustrations, their whatever it is? It's very important that you make a first good impression, and you make a good impression always. I mean, always. That should be a value of yours. If you're not thinking of it, that should be one of your values, treating customers right. I know they say customer is always right. And truthfully speaking, the customer is not always right. But what can we do? Okay, so one of the things you can do is to just see how to manage situations, see how to manage relationships, and also see how to manage your customer expectations. Okay, that is one thing you can do. Now, the third thing, which might sound a little bit controversial, is in your pricing. So it's either you're high up there and your goods, your products, your cakes are par with the pricing up there, or you are somewhere down. Yeah, you want to catch people, you want to bring them with your prices. I'm not saying you're running at a loss, don't get me wrong, you're not running at a loss, but you do ready to go cakes, like single layer cakes that people can easily buy from. And around that mass product that you're creating, people know that under 6 hours I can get a cake from my bake cake signatures. Under 12 hours I can get a cake from my bake cake signatures. A custom cake, I can just give them a call, and in 6 hours I get a beautifully designed custom cake. Is that something you can do? Is that something you can use as a differentiation, price differentiation? I don't know if that's exactly the name, but you can differentiate yourself with the pricing. Yes, that's true. So it's that you're high up there, you only have luxury customers, you only do high-end cakes, or you are serving the masses, like you have ready-to-go products, you have ready-to-go cakes, and people can easily just walk and get a cake from you. Or do you have a variety of packages? Do you have a variety of pricing, which is a big deal for us as bakers in the industry? I don't know if we'll ever get to the point where the customers and the bakers will ever agree or come to an agreement when it comes to cake pricing. But that is one way definitely that you can differentiate yourself. So it might be that you have a variety of price tiers. You're working with different price tiers. You have different price tiers that people can buy. They can buy 1-layered cakes, 2-layered cakes, 3-layered cakes, 4-layered cakes, or you're just strictly high end. And if orders come that are not high end or that are not your standard, you do not take that. That's one way for you to differentiate your cakes. Okay, so I believe that we are clear on that. Let's go to the next one. Now, the next one is your packaging. Now, the packaging is not just on its own. It's part of a bigger circle, the part of a bigger point, which I cannot exhaust in this video. I cannot talk about in this video. That's your branding. So I'm just going to pick out the packaging out of it. So one way that you can distinguish yourself, you can just stand out from the crowd, is your packaging, whether it's your cakes in a jar, cake in a cup, or the mini loaves. You're not using the regular mini loaf pan that everybody uses. If you're using cake jars, you have like ribbons tied around them, you have stickers that you can put on them, you have little nice things that you can put on them, maybe handwritten notes. Even if it's your cake boxes, you're putting it so nicely, you're doing it so nicely. You're not just using plain white boxes. If you're using white boxes, you're putting ribbons on them, tags on them. You're just putting something that creates a feeling and a sense of care, a sense of warmth, a sense of homeliness, a sense of satisfaction and regard for the customer. So what are you doing about your packaging? On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, or 5 being very good, and 1 being not good, not okay, not so good, let me know, what's the scale of your packaging? Put down in the comments. Are you giving yourself a 5-star when it comes to your packaging, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 star, 1 star, or nothing at all, please, I would love definitely to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, and then I think I can research. If you don't mind a packaging video, sometimes I ask these questions and people request for it, and when I make those videos and put them up, the views are just so discouraging and disappointing. So just let me know if you're interested, and I might consider doing a video for you. Do my research and doing a video on cake packaging if I can. So that's one way you can stand out. I'm saying this because people pay attention to things like this. You think it doesn't matter, it's just for you, it's just for the gram, it's just for social media, but no. The people that are receiving the cakes, the customers that are receiving the cakes, they are particular about this thing. So make an effort, put extra effort into giving the best when it comes to your packaging. I know you might not have all the money, but do it little by little. Do it bit by bit. That was how I started. Do it little by little, bit by bit. Before I got my branded ribbons, I've mentioned this before, pink and orange ribbons that I put on my box, that the person that makes boxes for me would put on my box, and it was already pre-made or pre-attached. Oh god, I don't know if this is a word, but was already attached to the box before it was delivered to me, before I now went ahead to start, innovating, like improving. I started improving on my packaging and doing something better. I was saying this, backtracking, I was saying this because we feel that it's not important and it doesn't matter, but the people that are receiving the packaging matters to them. I received a feedback not too long ago, someone telling me about the beautiful packaging that I had for my cakes, and for me, frankly speaking, that's not even all. Back home, I know what I used to put on my cake, but I'm still working on things here. So work on your packaging. It's one way to stand out in your cake business. The next thing I'm going to talk about is yourself. You. It's you. It's the unique thing about you. It's the uniqueness about you. It's the camaraderie. It's the empathy you show. It's the way you're friendly. It's the way you laugh with people. It's the way you empathize. It's about your empathy. It's about your sense of reasoning. It's about your wisdom. It's about the way you are consistent with your brand. You are consistent. I mean, for years, you're consistent. You're always showing up and you're giving your best to your brand. It's about how you engage with those in your community. It's about how your word is your bond. You say something and you keep to it. You stick to it. You say something like you mean it, and you actually do it. It's about your knowledge, your level of expertise. So I could go on and on and on and on talking about what can stand you out with regards to yourself, with regards to your personality. But you know yourself better, and you know what you can leverage on as a person to make you stand out. If I asked you now, why do you like me? Why do you watch my videos? I'm sure you have tons and tons and tons. You would have reasons right below in the comments. If I were to ask you, there are things you've seen about me and there are things you like about me. There's a comment I got not too long ago of someone that said she was impressed and happy. I can't remember the exact words, but thank you so much to you. I think Okuchuku, that's your name. I'm going to put your comments on the screen if you don't mind. That she was impressed with my teaching and asked if I had a catering school. So that's one thing. Is it about the way you pass knowledge? Is it about the way you influence people? Is it about the way you motivate people? Is it about how you're thoughtful about others? What is that thing about you? What are those characteristics? What are those things that are not common? People don't really display them. Even if they have them, they don't display them. You don't see that about them. You don't get to know that about them. It could be your honesty. It could be the fact that you love God, you're a lover of God. It could be the fact that you care about younger bakers. It could be the fact that whatever it is, please leverage on those things, your unique strengths. They're the things that will help you stand out in the midst of a crowded industry or in the midst of a lot of other bakers. So if you want to stand out, you should begin to consider these things. Okay, I could go on and on and on, but let's wrap it up here. Let me know if you enjoyed this video by giving me a thumbs up in the comments and dropping a kind comment that you did. All right, and also don't forget to hit the thumbs up button to show that you like this video and to help this video gain some visibility. Please help me like this video, and also subscribe to my channel and become a member of the family. Thank you so very much for watching my video. If you watch up to this point, you are the real MVP, and I love you so much for that. God bless you all, and until I see you in my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.